Boeing leaves America. The shocking truth behind U.S. job loss and global relocation in a move that's left many in shock. Boeing, one of the biggest names in the aerospace industry, is relocating a significant part of its operations outside the United States. This decision is more than just a corporate shift. It's a major economic event with far-reaching consequences for U.S. workers, taxpayers, and the country's position in the global economy. Boeing has been a symbol of American innovation for decades. Since its founding in 1916, Boeing has been at the forefront of developing cutting-edge aerospace technology. It's played a vital role in shaping the global aviation industry, supplying both military and commercial aircraft. From the iconic 747 to the revolutionary 787 Dreamliner, Boeing's aircraft have set new standards in air travel. But now, Boeing is making a move that many experts and workers are calling a betrayal of its American roots. This isn't just about shifting some operations or outsourcing a few jobs. Boeing is relocating a substantial portion of its manufacturing and design teams to countries with cheaper labor and more favorable tax policies. And as a result, thousands of American workers are facing the harsh reality of job loss. It all started with Boeing's increasing need to cut costs. The company has been struggling with intense competition from rivals like Airbus, as well as the pressures of maintaining profitability. For years, Boeing has been facing challenges like the grounding of its 737 MAX jets and delayed production of the 787 Dreamliner. To stay competitive and ensure long-term survival, Boeing made the difficult decision to begin shifting some of its operations abroad. The first sign of trouble came when Boeing started moving some of its lower-tier manufacturing jobs to countries like China, India, and Mexico. These regions offered lower labor costs, making it cheaper for Boeing to assemble parts and maintain production. The company promised that these shifts would help maintain American jobs in higher-end manufacturing and design. But then came the unexpected announcement: Boeing was relocating some of its most advanced production facilities, including key research and development teams, outside the United States. The company cited rising labor costs, regulatory hurdles, and a need to stay competitive in a rapidly changing market as the driving forces behind this decision. The impact on American workers has been devastating. Thousands of employees in Boeing's U.S. facilities are being laid off or offered transfers to other locations, which many simply can't afford to take. The communities where Boeing has been a major employer are now facing economic hardship. From Seattle to Charleston, South Carolina, workers are grappling with the loss of stable, well-paying jobs. The job losses aren't limited to factory workers either. Engineers, designers, and technical staff who once helped Boeing design some of the most advanced aircraft in the world are also being affected. These high-skilled professionals are now searching for new opportunities in an industry that's already crowded and struggling to adapt to the changing landscape. While American workers suffer, Boeing is moving operations to countries where labor is cheaper and regulations are less stringent. In some cases, Boeing is building new production facilities from scratch in these countries, setting up shop in places like India and China. These nations have become attractive destinations for manufacturing because of their low labor costs and tax incentives for foreign companies. Boeing's move is part of a broader trend of American companies shifting production overseas in search of cheaper labor and more favorable economic conditions. But the consequences are real. The loss of American jobs, especially in key industries like aerospace, weakens the country's industrial base and erodes its competitive edge on the global stage. At the same time, Boeing's international operations are expanding rapidly. In China, for example, the company is working closely with local governments to build relationships and secure a foothold in one of the world's largest and fastest-growing aviation markets. While this provides short-term benefits for Boeing, it also raises questions about the long-term impact on U.S. workers and the economy. Boeing's decision to relocate operations overseas is a troubling sign for the future of American manufacturing. The U.S. has already seen the decline of many industries that were once the backbone of its economy. The loss of aerospace jobs is just the latest example of how the nation's industrial power is slowly being eroded. As more companies follow Boeing's lead and move their operations abroad, the U.S. will face increasing challenges in maintaining its position as the world's economic leader. Manufacturing jobs provide not only income for workers but also the foundation for entire communities. When these jobs are lost, the effects ripple through local economies, leading to higher unemployment rates and decreased tax revenue. There's growing concern that Boeing's move could set a dangerous precedent. If one of the largest companies in America can leave the country in search of cheaper labor, what's to stop other companies from doing the same? Critics argue that the U.S. government should do more to hold companies accountable for outsourcing jobs and weakening the domestic economy. Some suggest that tax incentives and tariffs could be used to discourage offshoring. while others believe that investing in American workers and infrastructure is the key to reversing the trend. Boeing's move, however, has highlighted the need for a larger conversation about the future of American manufacturing and the policies that govern it. While Boeing may be able to benefit in the short term from its global expansion, its long-term future is far from certain. As the company faces increasing competition from Airbus and other global players, it's unclear whether moving its operations overseas will actually help secure its position in the market. Additionally, the political and economic instability in some of these countries could pose significant risks for Boeing's operations. Boeing's departure from America marks a critical turning point in the country's economic history. It's a reminder of the harsh realities of globalization, where companies chase profits at the expense of the workers who help them succeed. As Boeing moves its operations overseas, thousands of Americans are left to pick up the pieces. The question remains, what will the future hold for American manufacturing, and can the U.S. reclaim its place as a leader in the global economy?